The road to the next championship clash took a sharp and emotional turn on WWE Now as N finally stood face to face ahead of their highly anticipated title match on the January 30th, 2026 edition of. What unfolded was not just a routine confrontation, but a deeply personal exchange that peeled back layers of pride, frustration, and unfinished business. Welcome to Wrestling Space, where we don't just recap the moments, we break down the meaning behind them and explain why they matter. The segment opened with a tense atmosphere already hanging in the air. The crowd could feel it before a single word was spoken. Sami Zayn made his entrance first, and the reaction was loud, passionate, and emotional. Sami didn't look like a man enjoying the spotlight. He looked like a competitor carrying the weight of expectation on his shoulders. The title opportunity in front of him wasn't just another match. This was the culmination of years of grinding, doubting, proving, and surviving in a system that often questioned whether he truly belonged at the very top. Sami took the microphone and paused, letting the noise settle. He spoke calmly, but every sentence carried conviction. He reminded everyone that he has fought his entire career to be taken seriously. Not handed opportunities. Not protected. Earned. He talked about nights where he was overlooked, moments where people doubted his ceiling, and times when he was told he was good, but not great. According to Sami, this title match represents more than gold. It represents validation. Proof that persistence can outlast power. Then the mood shifted instantly. Drew McIntyre's music hit, and the arena erupted. Drew walked to the ring with the confidence of a man who has lived at the top of the mountain and fought tooth and nail to stay there. There was no rush in his step, no hesitation in his stare. This was the posture of a champion who has heard every excuse, every promise, and every claim before. Drew stepped into the ring, locked eyes with Sami, and the tension became undeniable. Drew didn't waste time. He acknowledged Sami's journey, but he refused to romanticize it. He made it clear that respect does not equal mercy. Drew reminded everyone that he, too, fought through setbacks, injuries, and moments where the world doubted his ability to carry the company. The difference, Drew said, is that when he reached the top, he didn't ask for sympathy. He took it by force. To Drew, the title isn't about belief or emotion. It's about dominance, responsibility, and the brutal reality of being the best. The exchange intensified when Drew questioned whether Sami truly understands what being a champion costs. Drew spoke about the pressure of carrying a division, about walking into every arena knowing the target on your back is permanent. He asked Sami if he was ready to be hunted, criticized, and blamed when things go wrong. Drew's message was clear. Wanting the title and surviving with it are two very different battles. Sami fired back with fire in his voice. He accused Drew of forgetting what it feels like to fight with nothing guaranteed. Sami said Drew talks about strength, but real strength is enduring when the system doesn't favor you. Real strength is standing back up when the crowd support fades, when the wins don't come easy, and when you're told to accept your role instead of chasing your dream. Sami told Drew that this title match isn't about whether he belongs. It's about whether Drew can stop someone who refuses to quit. The crowd fed off every word. This wasn't trash talk. This was truth colliding with truth. Drew stepped closer, lowering his voice, turning the confrontation into something far more personal. He told Sami that heart alone does not win championships. Preparation, brutality, and the willingness to do whatever it takes are what separate champions from challengers. Drew said that when the bell rings, there will be no sympathy, no respect, and no room for moral victories. Only one man will walk out with the title, and Drew promised that he will not let sentiment cloud his judgment. Sami didn't back down. He looked Drew straight in the eyes and said that for the first time in his career, he isn't fighting to prove people wrong. He's fighting because he knows who he is. He said he has been underestimated his entire life, and every time he survived. According to Sami, Drew is standing across from the most dangerous version of him yet. A version with nothing to lose and everything to gain. The tension reached its peak when both men dropped their microphones, standing inches apart as the crowd roared. No punches were thrown. No chaos erupted. And that silence spoke louder than violence ever could. This was restraint. This was confidence. This was two competitors saving everything for the title match itself. As the segment ended, one thing became crystal clear. This match will not be decided by popularity or perception. It will be decided by who can impose their will when it matters most. Drew McIntyre represents power, experience, and championship dominance. Sami Zayn represents resilience, belief, and relentless determination. Their paths could not be more different, but they are about to collide on the same battlefield. Here on Wrestling Space, we tell you not just what happened, but why it matters. This face-off wasn't filler. It was a statement. The title match ahead is no longer just about who is better in the ring. It's about philosophy, identity, and the cost of greatness. When the bell rings, there will be no more words. Only consequences. And the outcome could redefine both men's careers forever.